Hi everyone, my name is Mrs. Aki and I will have a quick introduction to my science class here at Dodson Middle School. So quickly about me, this is my 21st year of teaching already. I used to teach high school physics, but I prefer middle schoolers. I love teaching middle school. My goal mainly is to really encourage the kids and to understand and appreciate science and all its applications that benefit our society. So I teach 8th grade honor science. I also teach robotics, the elective class. I am the co-sponsor of the Dodson Net Service Club, and I will also be starting the science club this year. I have high expectations for all my students. I have firm procedures in my class. I believe inclusive and accepting environment is needed for conducive learning. And I also believe that every learner is different and that everyone is capable of achieving high standards and academic excellence. So for my science class, we follow the new generation science standards and we have hands-on activities, we have projects, they use their digital notebooks, we use and integrate science and engineering practices. And I really encourage my kids to be able to communicate information. We use several tools in the classroom. We have the computers, we also have our digital tools, just like the ebook, and the kids are really good at using Google Suite and then simulation tools or platforms. So I'm going to go show you some pictures of my classroom. Some of them are pre-COVID times and some of them are taken just recently when we came back to the classroom. So you will see that the students are collaborating, usually working in teams, usually have gallery walk for them to see what others have done. Group discussion is always prime right there. We do some team building activities where they work together to achieve a goal. And we also use the computers. They have their Chromebooks. We have our formative assessment tools that we use in the classroom to monitor the student progress. In the robotics class, we mainly use the VEX IQ kits where the kids are actually building and they will eventually be coding it. And then we bring it out in the classroom as well for them to participate in competitions. We use several lab tools in the classroom. The kids work in teams, they collect data, they analyze it after they have recorded their data from their team activities. We also have our 3D printer where the kids can actually print and use that as they are developing scientific models. So like I mentioned before, there's a lot of hands-on activities where they are applying science and engineering practices. I do demonstrations, the kids do their activities, usually, like I said earlier, work in teams to understand the concepts. And we are not always in the classroom. Sometimes they're outside, they're collecting their data outside. It's a play thing, understanding the concept. This is very recent. This is in my elective class when they were doing their engineering design process. One of the applications is design their Pinewood Derby. So their project is to figure out how to make it run fastest and in the Derby track. Also, we have our tools. We have the vernier tools to collect data. When they were designing their solar ovens, they were able to monitor the temperature, leaving it out under the sun. Studying light, we use the laser pen so that they can follow and track the light, confirming the several concepts about behavior of light. So this was recent. Even though we are all masked up, we're still able to do the activities that we need to do as part of our hands-on activities. So the kids always are working in teams. So in addition, we also do a lot of field trips. This was the most recent, our first field trip ever from COVID times. So we brought the students to Cal State Dominguez Hills at the fabrication lab. We will be participating in 5 more field trips for this STEAM exploration days at CSUDH. We've been to the water recycling facility. We've been to the California Science Center. We brought the kids to the LA Zoo. We brought the kids to the Convention Center for Engineering for Girls. We also have brought our kids to compete in the science competitions, kids work in teams. Some of them work individually for their project, which is great. They either choose to do engineering design or they do science inquiry, science investigations. We have participated in airspace science competitions as well. We also have brought them there for a field trip. They gave us a tour of their laboratory, and we had the opportunity to talk to engineers and professionals who are working in the field, and students were able to make the connection, what we learn in the classroom and how the professionals are applying that in their job. So for the robotics, like I mentioned before, we bring them to competitions so the kids are able to participate in that. Traditionally, we also have the Astro Camp here at Dodson Middle School. Unfortunately, this past 2 years, we will not be able to because of COVID protocols that we making sure that everyone is safe. And hopefully we can go back to that one by next year. So they do a lot of challenges, really fun things at Astro Camp for that weekend camp. For my robotics class, they also participate in MSESA. This is competition based, and there's a lot of procedures and guidelines, and students are following through that. And when we qualify from prelims, they also participate to do regionals. So the kids continue on. This also builds up their portfolio because when they apply to high school or college, MSESA is actually a good item to mention right there, especially the kids gearing for science and engineering careers. So for my Dance and Dance Club, they are a group of 8th grade students. They apply when they're in 7th grade, and they help our staff. They help the school in many different ways. This was for last year. Even during COVID times, they did a lot of projects, even did their legacy project. So this is my class. And again, my name is Mrs. Aki, and I'm hoping to see you here soon. Thank you so much.